Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family to the Paris Saint-Germain versus Angers game preview. In today's video, me and you guys will be going through everything that needs to be known ahead of this game. Paris Saint-Germain are going to play versus Angers at the Parc des Princes with obviously the home jersey for the first time in Ligue this season. These are the predicted lineups from FOMOB. We will not be looking at the Paris Saint-Germain side. We'll be looking at Angers. They're predicting a 5 at the back. I don't know a single player. I know Belkebla. I mean, he's Algerian. That's why I know him. But apart from that, yeah, there really isn't that much talent in this squad. And Abdelli is injured. This is obviously their best player. We played, obviously, Angers twice last season. The away game with the pink shirt, we're up 4-0. And then they brought it back to 4-2. And Abdelli had a very good game against us, especially in that second half, obviously. And the home game probably came, during Paris Saint-Germain's slump of a period, probably in the beginning of the season. So another forgettable game here. Let's see. Paris Saint-Germain versus Angers at home. (4-2). No, this was the one with pink shirt that I remember exactly. That was a very memorable game. Maybe we play them towards the end of the season then? Must have been then. 1-0. Who scored? Due? Ah, yeah, I remember. Just, one of those rotation games. It was actually the game where we clinched the league title, but a very forgettable game. Yeah, that Kvara cross to Due goal. Yeah. Extremely forgettable game. But obviously the away one, as I mentioned, 4-2. So did manage to beat them twice last season. Louis Mitton injured as well. Paris Saint-Germain Kimpembe, I mean, he's not really part of the squad. And I don't even think he has a virus. I even read a report that before the previous game to Nantes, Kimpembe on purpose was not part of the squad because Luis Enrique wants Kimpembe to leave the club. Seny Mayolo, obviously, still trying to come back. We'll actually read the report about that after. But yeah, this is how we go into the game. And, Angers, really, weak side. I think last season they must have finished close to relegation. Yeah, 14th. They were not a good side. Yeah, I mean, that's basically it from this game. Let's actually take a look at the reports going into this game. We'll start with PSG report. If he's posted anything about this game. Zoom in a bit here. Nuno Mendes. Yeah, Nuno Mendes will be wearing the top one passer right here. This thingy right here. So that's very interesting. I mean, top assister. Yeah, but I mean, probably a lot of players have one assist. Yeah, all of these players have one assist. But Nuno's going to wear it. Probably has something to do with amount of minutes because he obviously just came on as a substitute. But yeah, interesting. Okay, nothing posted. Yeah, this is big. PSG set to showcase their trophies won in the 2024-2025 season upon the end of the match versus Angers tomorrow evening. The club aims to celebrate the titles with the public as a sign of the hard work, dedication, and hunger to win the titles. So that would be really beautiful. What is it called? Trophy, showcase, trophies. Or club, like Madrid, maybe. I want to see when they've done it in a game. Oh, in game, after a game. I think they did it in 2017. It's basically gonna look like this. PSG trophy showcase. Because I remember there are some pictures we did it when we won the quadruple. At least for the first time. I remember Ibra, Thiago Silva. Oh, why is this picture so hard to find? Ibra, Thiago Silva, trophies. There we go. I remember this one. I don't exactly remember when it happened, but as you can see, this is when we won the domestic quadruple. Ligue and Coupe de France, Coupe de la Ligue, and Trophée du Champion. So it would be similar to that, I guess, before the game. So see the trophies all together combined. Here's a report about Seny Mayolo continues his recovery work for his adductor injury. The club confirms via medical report. Should be back soon, Seny Mayolo. It's unfortunate, he gets these sometimes in a very like wrong timing. Vincent Royer has also been appointed as the official speaker at the Parc des Princes. After a wide search over the past season, the club made the decision that Vincent Royer will be the successor of Michel Montana. Michel Montana obviously worked at PSG for a very long time, very famous. You should definitely know him, but this was his last season, obviously. There's one report I'm trying to find here regarding Gianluigi Donnarumma. Actually, some cheeky good news there to end the season right here. Gianluigi Donnarumma is set to be present at the Parc des Princes tomorrow. He'll be part of the trophy presentations alongside the squad after the game versus Angers, barring any last-minute changes. So it will be after the game, which means, it's going to be the trophy representations after the game versus Angers. So I don't really know if this is going to be like a Donna departure. He's going to be part of the squad. And then maybe, he gets the microphone or something, can say something to the fans, to the club now that the departure has happened. So I guess there will be a mini farewell. There could potentially be something before the game, which we saw with Marco Verratti. PSG farewell. You see, this was, I think, before the game, they had the cheeky ceremony for Verratti, farewell and everything. I believe Matuidi had the same. Matuidi? Yeah, that's when Neymar did the celebration and everything. So I'm expecting something like that for Donna, maybe before the game. If not, everything will be after the game. We'll actually check PSG Infos that posts everything that you need to know. Picture of John Neves, some training here. Oh, this is actually the predicted lineup right here. Chevalier in goal, Hakimi, Marquinhos, Pacho, Nuno Mendes, Neves, Warren, Fabian, Doué, Dembele, Khvicha. Wow, Luis Enrique going with a really strong lineup in this game. Probably the next one, because here are our fixtures. That actually makes sense. Because when you look at our next fixtures, we play versus Toulouse, and then, as you can see, there's an international break between the Toulouse game and the Arcelon game. So Luis Enrique probably wants to play his best lineup today, get some rhythm and all of that, and then Toulouse, rest again, then international break. Because then we have Arsenal, and between Arsenal and Marseille game, we have a Champions League game, I believe, between these two dates. So he wants to get the squad running, which is actually good. We're going to play with a strong 11 this time. Really glad to see. Maybe Ultras will do something here. PSG Archer Farm bullying section club has replaced some season upper with their numbering. Paris and its ultras made this choice, try to harmonize the atmosphere at the bathroom sometimes to focus on the Ote. Nice. So even more atmosphere at the park ahead of this game. Luis Enrique. It's important to have a united team during the first weeks. We intend to improve physically and tactically, 100%. Wow, man. There's he posts everything. There's so much to read, and a lot of it, doesn't mean anything. But let's go through it. Low blocks, I think it's a habit. We saw it 2 years ago, last year, and I think it'll be the same thing. We're used to playing against low blocks. It's always difficult. You don't have time to think, to carry out your action, but we're used to it. It's this phase of who play we know the most. Parc des Princes, we miss the stadium Milan, our supporters too. It's always great to play at the Parc. The atmosphere is so unique. We played the last 10 matches away. Now it's time to enjoy. Our supporters want to play our best level. We're going to prepare well for the match. And that's true. The entire Club World Cup obviously away. The UEFA Super Cup away. The first Ligue match away. We can finally return to the Parc des Princes. The transfer market, we're happy with our signings, but we remain ready for any situation. Rodrigo Mora. Our obligation is to stay open until the end of the transfer window. The feeling upon returning to training after 3 weeks without touching the ball, the first week is, I remember as a player, it's always different. Against Nantes, it's going to be tough. We need to be clear-headed. We need to be ready. I guess against Angers. The importance of substitutes is particularly important these first weeks, but it was a constant throughout last season. We're used to seeing the players who come off the bench make an impact. For me, that's a strength of our team. Very good, man. Very good. Safanov-Zabari relations, sports and particularly football, is the best way to have the ability to include people and unite them, not to separate them. Sports and players are above the political, economic, and interests of politicians. Yeah, it's quite weird from this journalist asking these kinds of questions, with Safanov being from Russia and Zabani from Ukraine. Like, there's already something. Like, Safanov, when he sees Zabani, he's Ukrainian. When Zabani sees him, he's like, he's Russian. But I don't know why they mean they gotta make it bigger. Luis Enrique and Lucas Chevalier and the decision to replace Donna. There are always tough decisions to make. I have no issue making them, but I won't explain anything about players who are at PSG. It doesn't interest me. I can understand the criticism of my decision, but we're calm. We're at ease. We know where we want to go, and that's the most important thing for me. For Osman, it's going to be a challenge because last year was extraordinary, but I'm convinced he can still improve his performances. He's a very important player. He has offensive and defensive qualities. He's always smiling. I hope this year will be even better for him and the team. Damn boots. More than a tactical novelty, it's one of the solutions you need to look for when facing a low block. I'm happy to have players with this quality to shoot from distance. Obviously, Vitinha scored the only goal in Paris Saint-Germain's victory versus FC Nantes from a long shot. I'm proud of my work as a player. I was a bit superstitious, but not as a coach. For me, it's simple. If a player performs at a very high level during training, then he deserves to play. Age, nationality, nothing else matters. My squad, when we can add these working things we think will important during the match, we need to have a structure to attack the best way possible and effective in pressing. Before the matches, we weigh more or less, we know what the actions will be, but we need to see how the players are because they're not machines. It depends on each match. You know what? There doesn't seem to be that much going on here. So I thought we'll end there with the usual predicted lineup. I have all the players needed here. But, I mean, with Le Parisiens, I thought maybe another rotation, you know, the players that didn't start the non-game. But obviously, a lot of starters were rested in that game. So, let's go. This is what I'm predicting. Chevalier in goal, obviously. Very clear, very simple. Ashraf Hakimi as the right back. Coming back in this game. Zabarni to get his second start in the team, for sure. And, obviously, where is he? Pacho. Ooh. That's the thing, both Pacho and Marquinhos didn't play a single minute, so one of them would not be starting this game because I think Luis Enrique will give Zabarni another start, obviously, to get integrated into the squad. And Hakimi was rested as well, so, I mean, it has to happen. Nuno Mendes, yes, he came off the bench, but I think he will start. Yeah, I'm probably going to go with the best lineup. João Neves, excuse me, they didn't have him in the predicted lineup. Shout out to Warren, who had a recent decent game, but Vitinha could be rested. You know what? I would rest Vitinha. Especially when we're playing against Angers. I would rest Vitinha. Neves obviously back, finally from a suspension. Ooh. Yeah, you know, yeah. And Neves, Fabian double pivot. Yeah, this is perfect, man. If Luis Enrique actually wants to play everyone, I think Vitinha deserves a little bit of rest. Then we got Desiree Doué in the diamond right here. Man, this is perfect. And then obviously the attack, really simple. We got Usman, Dembele up top, Bradley Barco. Hopefully Bradley off the right, so I can get Khvicha off the left. He hasn't been performing at his best recently, so let's give him his position. And that's it for my predicted lineup. Basically, everything starts. Marquinhos could start ahead of Zabarni. Could. But I'm going to go with Pacho. I think Luis Enrique wants to try Zabarni. Pacho, plus it's harder playing Zabarni and Marquinhos, both right-footed. Neves, Fabian Ruiz, double pivot. Ruiz could also be arrested, maybe. And Warren, you know, after his cheeky cameo starts, it could be that. But I definitely see Vitinha at least getting rested, playing the full 190 minutes versus Spurs, and obviously the full 90 minutes versus Nantes. Barcola, Dembele, Khvicha, Kvaratskhelia up top. That's been it. Hopefully, guys, have enjoyed this video. And as usual, allez, Paris.